And
That
as you see
threw
with
me
the
off
red
thinking
lights,
cat.
oh my gosh, hold up, this is real loud, and I'm probably gonna switch back to that. Okay, as you see with the red lights, we are talking
So much
about
happened.
Daredevil.
Do I
Born
need
again.
with what you switched there? Do I need this close to my mouth again? Or
No, you just yeah, but you not really.
Okay.
It picks us up perfectly fine. It'll just pick us up from a farther range from
Yeah.
the other one.
Yeah.
So Daredevil Born Again. I'm rewatching Daredevil right now, and this is the third time I've seen the first episode. Guys, we're only going to talk about episode 1 right now. We'll talk about episode 2. You guys saw the last episode that was like 6 hours long. It's
the
gonna
last
be a lot
episode
of
that we
episodes,
recorded
guys.
like 2 hours ago.
It's gonna be a lot of episodes. This
Two
is
and
the
a
reason
half.
why. This is the reason why we are cutting up. Episode 3 comes out tomorrow.
Episode 3. We're on 8. What?
Not for the podcast.
Oh,
Daredevil.
okay.
Daredevil
Okay,
Born
okay,
Again
I
episode
see.
3 comes out
Okay.
tomorrow.
That
They
makes more
had
sense. I was
2
very confused
episodes.
for a
They had a
second.
double episode premiere. We've only watched 1 episode.
Yep.
I've seen this first episode now 3 times because I watched it once when it came out. Then I watched it again before watching the second episode, even though they came out on the same day.
Yeah. And then for me,
You've seen the first series.
most of it, yeah.
Okay.
I did stop. I want to say before the last season, but not too far before. So
3 seasons. If you've seen Defenders, you've pretty much seen it everything.
yeah, I watched. I will say personally, and it's annoying because everybody says that's the worst series from the Defender series.
Daredevil?
No,
Oh.
my personal favorite, the one that I actually got into the most, and that actually got me into the Defender series, Iron Fist.
110%.
It is my personal favorite, but everybody says it's the
Personal
worst.
favorite. I can agree that he is the actor they have for the main character. I can agree. The actor for Iron Fist is not the best, and they don't portray Iron Fist as the best Iron Fist.
Yeah, but I feel like the actor that they got for Iron Fist makes a good Iron Fist actor.
110%.
Like, for Iron Fist, genuinely, I don't think that... I
I
think
don't
if...
think they could have found anybody better.
Yeah, I think if Marvel gets Iron Fist, they need to do, like, what they're doing with Daredevil.
Yeah.
Where it's the same
like,
actor.
I feel like for Iron Fist it was poor writing, and
Yes.
he got given what he was given.
100%.
Because a lot
and he
of the-
did what he could.
Yeah, a lot of the complaints for Iron Fist are that he doesn't feel like somebody who came from
Yeah.
where he's supposed to come from.
Yeah.
He's basically a monk coming to New York for the first time in years. And
Yeah.
he doesn't act like a monk. He still acts like a rich kid from a lot of people's
Mhm.
perspective.
Also,
like from what they think.
because this is a different episode, and I'm drinking it.
Shout out to W for the sponsor.
Shout out to W for the sponsor.
Shout out
Go
to the
and
sponsor.
go over to W, pull out your card, put your card into W,
Yep.
and then use code Suburban
Let's see if you
Trap
can get it.
House 25.
Travis 25 for 10% off select
Yep.
items on the entire W store. Again, thank you, W, for the sponsorship.
Yep.
We're going to be setting up like a little area that has better viewing of
I will
it.
say,
I was thinking on top of the PlayStation.
for what?
For the W stuff, just put it on top of this.
That's fair. That's fair.
Just have it in the corner. Maybe put a light on top.
Well, I
or
mean, we
something
could
like
also put it back there.
that. Oh my gosh, we're tired, guys. It is. What
I'm
time
not
is it?
tired. This is my third cup.
This dude's cracked out. Okay, he's had like 4 or 5 cups of this W shit since we did the sponsor video,
Yeah.
which is the last episode you guys just saw. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
It
If these
is
come out in the right
currently
order. Good job.
It's currently 12:14, guys, a.m. I feel horrible for my girlfriend because, again, we do this in my room, and she would like to go to sleep right now, but she didn't want to be a part of the podcast, so I love you, baby. Daredevil, Born Again.
Yep.
Let's give it 3, 2, 1 rating.
Okay.
3, 2, 1,
7.
7. Okay, dope. Awesome. Got that out the way.
Yep.
Do we want to give spoilers as to why? Or do we want you guys to see it yourself?
I mean, my reasoning isn't really spoilers, so I can give my reasoning.
Is your reasoning because of what happens within the first 30 minutes?
110%, yes.
Okay. Then don't go too deep.
Oh no, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm gonna be talking about the looks of it,
Alright,
nothing
bet.
to do with the story.
Okay. Well, no.
The story is what raises it up to a 7.
I feel like
in my
some
opinion.
people will find it as a spoiler because it does affect things. Personally, it will personally affect things for a viewer more than it would. You know,
Maybe.
I don't find it as a spoiler.
Yeah,
you know.
I say we say it, and
we're gonna say it. Spoiler alert.
editing Cal, put a timestamp up here for where to jump to if they don't want this potential slight microscopic
If you
spoiler.
guys don't want to know what it looks like within the first 30 minutes, skip ahead.
Yeah,
Skip
to
ahead right now.
this timestamp.
To whatever timestamp it is. Let's get into it.
Okay, so the reason why it isn't higher than a 7 for me is actually a few things. Immediately, my actually biggest complaint, because I feel like this should be the easiest thing to do and have it look really good, considering Arrow did it so fucking much and it's almost impossible to catch every time that is CGI, and it's him grappling around.
Yes.
It looks slow. It doesn't, like,
It's uncanny.
I feel like what they tried to do is
Hold on, real quick. Sorry. Real
Okay,
quick.
yeah.
Can we give it its props? It looks
Yes.
amazing.
it does.
It looks amazing. Storytelling's amazing.
Yes.
Well,
Okay. It mostly looks
for
amazing.
what we're getting,
Yeah.
it looks amazing from what we've seen from Disney so far
Mhm.
in their TV shows.
True.
Right
agree with
now,
that.
the ranking is Moon Knight, Born Again, for me. Moon Knight's top, Born Again's right under it.
For me, it would be Moon Knight and Loki are tied.
Yeah.
And then it would be Born Again, Agatha, and WandaVision tied.
Valid. Completely valid. Completely valid.
And then every other show below it. Well, okay, Falcon and the Winter Soldier would be right below it, and then every other show below all those.
Now that we've gotten that out the way,
Yeah.
talk your shit.
Okay. So I feel like what they tried to do with the grappling is they didn't want to make it CGI, so they tried to use him instead of making him CGI, which is what makes it look bad. Because in Arrow, every time without fail, if you look close enough at when they're grappling, you can tell it's CGI.
Yeah.
But you have to look extremely close.
Yeah. Then
Because it's over like 2 frames at most.
over 2
that you
frames,
see it.
it's normally in the dark.
Yeah.
There's a
And
lot
so
of
like they
things they use.
intentionally do it really well to hide it.
Yeah.
And Born Again should have done that, honestly,
They
with
really
the grappling.
They really do mess it up. The sound design in the show is amazing,
Also,
which kind of gives it away.
yeah, I actually feel like if they, for those moments, went full CGI, and then
Well,
because
that's one thing that they
'Cause,
tried
like,
to do, and you can tell they tried to.
well, no, because my issue with the show is at no point do they go full CGI.
and that's where I say you're wrong, and this is where the spoilers will come in. The entirety of the first fight is mainly CGI.
including them.
Yeah.
That is probably the best people CGI, but it might have been just because the
It is
background.
some of the worst CGI I've seen.
The background looks terrible.
You want to know why?
So much so that if the people are actually CGI'd, they look good because the background looks so terrible.
The people are real.
Okay. I thought so.
He's fighting a stuntman.
Okay. Makes sense.
Okay. He's actually there.
Okay.
They CGI both the stuntman and him,
Okay.
as you can see during the kick.
So kind of like a Daredevil or a Deadpool, like how
Yeah.
they did Deadpool.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they also CGI everything,
Yeah.
like everything,
Mm-hmm.
because it's a one shot
Mm.
with cuts in between and very noticeable ones.
Yeah.
If you know how the camera work works, you notice where the cuts are.
Mm-hmm.
All the smoke during that fight, fake. All of
That's
it.
stupid.
Every single particle.
That's
fake.
That's stupid.
And that's where it looks weird.
Yeah.
Because you're watching CGI fight in CGI with 2 real people and real people moving out around.
Yeah.
So every victim you see, real. And I'm very sorry I'm spoiling this in depth for you guys, but everything in that first fight does not look good because it is literally covered in CGI by that smoke, and then they are covered in CGI for the fighting.
See,
and it's woof.
Okay, my next question.
And it's but it's very noticeable on first glance.
Oh no, 100%.
Instantly noticeable on first glance.
100%. I will say I didn't know that the smoke itself was CGI'd, but I knew the smoke looked weird.
I was so glad I watched the first episode by myself because it was the first thing I saw. I was like, first of all, we don't get the best reintroduction to them.
Yeah.
We get the nostalgic Kumbaya feeling of seeing them together again. They're walking out of the bar we love. And then, I'm really sorry, guys. This is a big spoiler.
Oh,
here.
yeah.
But they're walking out of the bar we love, and then the fight starts happening after everything in between it, right? And I agree with you on the swinging. The swinging is some of the worst CGI I've seen because they try to mix it with him.
Yeah.
But they can't.
No.
Because the second, when he first lands, it's like they set him down.
But, okay, my complaint is you said that they're using actual, like, video footage of New York for the backgrounds, right?
Yeah.
Why does New York, the actual, supposedly, actual footage of New York in that first fight, look just as CGI'd, if not more CGI'd, than Star City, which is known
Completely
for being
fake.
completely CGI'd?
So, it's the same thing they do in most fights.
Like, especially because, like, if you look at any fights on top of buildings in Arrow, it's hard to tell that the city's CGI'd. Like, the city actually looks really well CGI'd in Arrow.
That's where we give props to CW.
Yeah.
CW kept as much as practical as they could.
Yes.
That city in Arrow, most of the scenes where we're seeing
honestly,
details,
they even do that with Supernatural.
That's what I'm saying. Because CW shows have high quality, as high as quality as possible for what the writers give.
Yeah. Because it's like, like, when it comes to CGI, what CW shows try to do is use as little as possible.
Yeah.
From what I've noticed. So every
And
creature,
when they dial back on that, it's noticeable.
Oh, yeah. But every creature in Supernatural is practical. 99% of them are human.
People were surprised when they found out
with
Smallville was
some practical effect.
Did you know Smallville was practical?
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of obvious.
People
Smallville's
were
so
surprised.
old.
Smallville is so old, but it's done so well.
It's done well, but it's so old that
it's
like
this
there's no
is a
way
CW show?
Smallville's so old and done so well that there's no way that's CGI. If it came out modern day,
of the two.
Yeah, if it came out modern day, I would be more surprised.
Do you think if Smallville came out modern day, it would outbeat the new Superman movie that's going to come out?
100%, actually. I think if they rebooted Smallville, it would have more views coming in weekly.
Yeah.
Like, the average views weekly would be on par as the entire opening weekend of Superman.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, that first fight, big majority of it CGI. But back to the Arrow thing real quick.
Okay, yeah.
The thing I love about it is they either one used a real city for the top height.
Oh yeah.
Or two, they built the city. Practically, they built the city.
Yeah.
Here's where we're going wrong, specifically with Disney, because Warner Brothers does it really well. They build their sets.
Yeah.
They actually build their sets, or they go to the place that it's supposed to look like.
No, yeah. The CW in general just builds their sets though, because I know for a fact the bunker in Supernatural, like season 8, 9, they end up finding out about this group of essentially supernatural librarians, as they're constantly called. And they're called the Men of Letters. And they find out about this bunker, that they end up taking the bunker, and it has, like, all of the Men of Letters, like, information gathered about any supernatural-based creature ever. And so they end up getting this bunker, but the entire bunker is a practical set.
Yeah.
Like, they might have multiple different like areas for the set, because like you have the rooms, you have the main area, and then you have like the kitchen, and I think they're probably they aren't actually connected probably,
I completely expect
but
that.
like it is still like it's actually there.
Yeah. Now I was watching. I want to be correct about this. I was watching Iron Man 3.
Okay. Mandarin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Puts the bunny
Yeah.
in the driveway for Pepper. That 3? Is that 3? Because they're getting threatened and Pepper wants to go on vacation, and he gives the address of his home. That's 3. Right? Guys?
When you say bunny, my brain,
The big ass teddy bear bunny.
I know what you're talking about. Without fail, every time, Transformers 3.
Yeah.
Without
Which it would
fail.
be dope if Iron Man 3 was the movie we're talking. But it's this scene, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
it's the fact that the set is practical because they're in his house.
Yeah.
And then when you go to, like, let's say the Avengers Tower, that set's practical.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a real place though.
True.
Let's do fucking when Steve wakes up in First Avenger. Practical set turns into literally New York.
No, I will say that's probably one of my favorite scenes from all of Marvel. When he wakes up in the room and it's set up to seem like it's all
fake
from
and
his generation.
Hey, y'all didn't do your research.
No,
I was at that video.
He was like, I was at that fucking game, so I knew you were lying.
Y'all didn't do your research on me because
enough. Y'all didn't research me enough.
Yeah, which is very likely it's impossible to research that part unless they went back. How he's 70 years is how long he's out. 60, 70.
70 to 80.
Was it 80?
70 to 80, somewhere in that
Okay.
range. Because he was frozen in...
He was frozen for...
Probably about 1944, 45. I think World War II ended in 46, so...
Yeah.
So,
Damn, that was
I'm pretty sure he got frozen in 45, I think.
lighting.
And then he ended up getting unfrozen in 2013.
Yeah.
So, you know,
I know.
about 70 to 80 years.
But so that's one thing that Disney's really starting to fall back on is they're
60, 70,
they're
something like
taking their practical sets
that.
and involving real life with it,
I will say
but they're not doing it in the best way.
they didn't. Okay, I shouldn't say that. We don't know for sure currently because not enough shit has come out after Agatha to know for sure. But if they look at reviews and all of that of everything they've released over the past year, visually, Agatha and Deadpool and Wolverine are the two that everyone agrees are the most visually appealing things that they have released. And
I disagree only because of WandaVision, and everybody loves the way they... Once people were confused, but they loved it when it finished.
yes, yeah. But I mean within the past, like, year and a half.
Yeah.
Like, WandaVision was, like, 2, maybe even 2.5 years ago at this point.
Longer.
Longer?
I think 3. Almost 4.
3, 4? Yeah. But, like,
I
within
hear
the
you
past,
say,
like,
though, yeah.
couple years at most, Deadpool, Wolverine, and Agatha are the two most visually appealing things that they've released. And they are
Moon Knight?
also...
Moon Knight's very visually appealing, especially with the way they do all the codes.
up until the last couple of episodes.
When they bring the CGI in, yeah.
Exactly.
When they extend
That's
the
kind of
CGI,
my
yeah.
point, is
Yeah.
like, Moon Knight is definitely the next one, but it gets brought back by the CGI that they use.
Moon Knight and then maybe Falcon Winter Soldier because of all the...
Yeah.
It's way more practical.
Yeah. But I mean, there still isn't very much that's visually appealing. I think
Well, yeah, I was going to say...
the
there's
most
not much you can
visually
do with
appealing
it.
CGI thing Marvel has ever released, Black Panther.
The most visually appealing
CGI thing.
CGI thing is Hulk. Original Avengers Hulk.
I mean
Specifically his
like movie
transformation.
/ TV show
Yeah.
in general.
But
like
I'm
the
saying if we
entire
can
movie
all-
or
if
TV
we
show,
can all
it
agree
would
on-
probably be
Black Panther?
Black Panther.
Yeah, I think it might have the most CGI because this whole suits and everything.
Yeah,
Well, no, they use practical suits
they did.
besides the headpieces.
Yeah, and transformation.
Yeah, and I was gonna say that's when you said Black Panther, immediately thought of Killmonger's transformation.
Yeah.
It's one of the cleanest
like that.
transformations, which made me think of Hulk transforming when he's like, "I'm always angry," which is the best CGI moment we've ever, in my opinion, the best CGI moment I've ever seen in any superhero film, is him transforming.
Specifically in superhero, yes.
Yeah, I was like, there's way better. Matrix.
Star Wars.
Because
it technically
the shows that use practical effect and CGI are
because
the best
with
CGI.
Star Wars, in my lightsaber fights
are
especially prequels.
We're not gonna start talking about Star Wars.
Not yet. We'll have to wait for the Clone Wars.
We've put that
and
off
then
for so
we are
long.
okay. I'm not gonna lie. Clone Wars we might, and what I think we'll do for Clone Wars is we'll watch the first 3 seasons and then record bits after each season.
I was gonna say I think every season gets its own bit.
No, I'm telling you, we watch the first 3 seasons. We don't record anything on Clone Wars till after the 3rd season, because that is when Clone Wars starts actually getting into the important stuff.
Yeah.
The first 2 seasons is pure fan service trying to get people into the show. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
And then you have the 3rd season, which is where you start it's where you meet Tarkin, and you see Tarkin and Anakin meet for the first time. It's where you have Ahsoka sneaking onto ships and stuff like that a lot more. You're consistently. I think that's also the season where you first find out about Obi-Wan's love. A lot of shit happens within season 3 specifically.
Yeah.
So and then after season 3, it's just a lot of shit after a lot of shit. So
yeah, back to Disney and all their CGI and how much they love it. I think that's what's ruining. I mean, not I think. We know that's what's ruining a lot of these shows.
That and also, because the shows
telling not showing is a big one too.
Yeah, but the shows that do. Now, okay, I'm not saying that this is necessarily the thing that makes or breaks the show, but it is a very common effect you see of shows that do good generally dirty up the frame at least once per episode, and if it's a movie, it's for probably about a quarter of the movie. The
Now,
whereas the shows that do terrible don't have a single dirty frame in them.
Yeah, I feel like...
And for anyone who doesn't know what I mean by when I say dirty up the frame, it's pretty much just having something
intentionally blocked the frame.
Intentionally blocking the view. So, looking through a hole, having rain come onto the actual camera lens itself.
Getting
stuff
immersed.
Like
fully immersed.
If I do this, technically, if he wasn't here and I did this for myself... This would be me dirtying up the frame. Yeah, anything we put in front of the camera that's not deliberately supposed to be shown is dirtying the frame. Yeah. And they do that. They started doing that more. They did. In Daredevil specifically, they do it a lot. Yeah. Daredevil and Spider-Man get the most. Because they're senses. But yeah, with they're using a lot of cops. Okay, they're using a lot of cop outs. And you notice this. You pointed it out more to me than I noticed it, but you pointed it out directly. Is they build the portion that they're on, and they put in the rest. So you can see it on their face because there's light hitting them, and they do it good because they use blue lighting. But you can tell it's a blue wall that they're staring at. Yeah. It's not a city view. There's nothing that captures their eye to keep them locked on to something other than the person they're standing to. Yeah. Because they know everything's fake around them. And I was watching I'm forgetting his name, and I'm very sorry. Actually, let me just check. All right, real quick while he's doing that. So after what, 4.5 servings? Yeah. I am just starting to get a headache, so that's fine. John Bernthal, Punisher, has a not yet. Has a podcast. That still bothers me. That they showed Punisher in the fucking trailer. Oh yes, they do show Punisher in the trailer, so he is in the spoiler, guys. It's not a spoiler. I'm sorry. He's in the trailer. I'm sorry. If you haven't seen the trailer, he's in it. In my opinion, if something appears in a trailer, it's not a spoiler.
Instantly, it's not a spoiler. We've gone over this.
Just because it's in a trailer.
I think me and you went over this with my sister because she's a huge spoiler nerd. And she's like, I saw the first trailer and I haven't seen any of them ever again. 2 years, 5 years later, still don't spoil the movie.
Yeah.
Excuse me. You lost the privilege of saying don't spoil the movie once the movie came out and the thing we're talking about was in a trailer.
The only reason that I understand understand's not the right word. The only way that I won't spoil a movie for someone is if it is not on a streaming platform. If it's not on any streaming platform, or like you have to pay money to rent it, I'm like, okay, yeah, I get why you haven't seen the movie and you might not want a spoiler because you do plan on getting it someday.
I give you,
but you just haven't yet.
You have a year and 3 months, exactly. A year and 3 months. Once a year hits, I've said this to you.
Oh yeah.
Once a year hits, expect spoilers.
No, yeah, it's why there are specific things I'm like, don't spoil this for me because I want to experience this myself.
3 months after that year hits, you need to be okay with hearing spoilers.
Yeah.
Without being problematic.
Yeah.
Right? Any point between a year and a year and 3 months, you're allowed to have some irritants, you know? But yeah. I lost it. I lost where we were at.
We were talking about poor CGI work.
We're really stuck. Oh, that's what I was talking about. It takes you out, you know? Takes you out because you can't notice it very much so.
Yeah.
And you have to. Here's another thing I've seen a lot of people. Oh, sorry. That's what I was talking about. John Bernthal.
Oh, yeah.
Punisher has a podcast, and it's with I'm forgetting all these names, and I'm so sorry to all these actors, but she plays Karen Page in Daredevil.
Okay.
She's an amazing actor, and they did actress, yeah. They did I saw one very bad picture of her.
Okay.
And I'm not going to put it on screen, but it's hilarious. I'll show you later.
Okay. I take it they did her dirty.
They did her horrible. And you can tell what they told her to do, too.
Oh, no.
But she was saying it's a lot easier to do my job when your writing is bad if you let me do my job. My job as an actor is to show what you write down.
Yeah.
Give me subtext. Give me things that are subconsciously happening that we need to point out in further viewing. Give us Easter eggs, give us all of that, because if you tell us everything, I'm no longer doing my job. I'm no longer acting anything out. I'm no longer showing an emotion. I'm telling you, and I'm literally throwing it in your face, basically, right? Like, in the beginning, when we see her in Born Again, one of the best moments is the fact that she's not telling us what's going on. When, at the very end of it, when she starts breathing heavier because it's about to be over, when we hear the initial thud, we know who it is. She thinks it's somebody else. We know who she thinks it is because she's showing us the shock of what just happened when she heard it. She's not showing us and going, oh my gosh, is it this person? Is it this person? Is it this person? She's still talking about the person who everything initially happened to. She's not immediately changing her attention and showing us what she's thinking. Telling us what she's thinking. She's showing us. And it's like a minute before we get officially told what she's thinking.
Yeah.
And that's all in one scene. And that's like an amazing thing that they do, and that hopefully they keep doing throughout the show, is that they are telling us very specific things, right? This is not a spoiler. Everybody knows Fisk is mayor. Everybody knows this. It's in the trailers. He says, I'm running for mayor. He does all of this. That is more told than shown so far.
True.
So far, we haven't seen him do any actual things besides running. And we didn't see him run. We just heard about it. We didn't see him go through any political things besides a party.
Do you think that we're, like, I will say,
and in a debate on TV.
Yeah, that's something I really appreciate about Arrow, in particularly, because Arrow is the one show that's a superhero show and has stuff like that in it that they actually thoroughly cover multiple times.
And that's what I will say.
We have Moira running for mayor in season 2.
Mm-hmm.
We have Oliver.
Even Batman doesn't get that much into the politics.
True. We have Oliver running for mayor and mayor for multiple seasons. And then Lance becomes mayor.
Yeah.
For a little bit.
There's
No. Lance would have become mayor if he doesn't die. If you haven't seen Arrow, go and watch it. I don't even feel like it's a spoiler.
Nah, that's a show that's been out for too long for it to be a spoiler.
Yeah, like I feel like it's the same thing with
That's like
Supernatural.
saying you spoiled the very first series of Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
no, the fuck you didn't, bro.
True, but like I feel like I feel like with Arrow and Supernatural, they're similar in the way of like you expect everybody to die at least once in the shows. Either they die once and they stay dead. They die once and come back to life, or they die multiple times.
When was it that Barry Allen died and came back, and we were like, yeah, in the show. He practically dies, and when he comes back, we're like, yeah, what the fuck?
I mean,
it's like for a few episodes. It's not even because there's season 4 where he actually comes back 9 months later, and then there's one episode where he deadass is gone, and they think he's gone forever, and he comes back in like an episode. In the other episode, the next episode. I could be going crazy, and it could be season 4, and they show
might be thinking of
everything that happens in the first episode of season 4, and then the next episode, it's him coming out.
Yeah, I think that's
what
it is.
When it happens, it was like, yeah, they hype it up, but it was like we knew this was gonna happen.
Yeah,
and that's where shows like Supernatural get to at some point.
Well, okay. The great thing as far as Supernatural goes is I might end up telling you the same thing just because I know how misleading it is now.
Hold on. We gotta finish this.
Okay, yeah.
It's 12:43. We've been talking for 30 minutes.
Damn.
I love my girlfriend because she's letting us do this.
Yeah.
Let's finish this up real quick.
Yep.
Let's finish this up real quick. Let's end the night because fuck, we got so much to shoot tomorrow.
We do,
and the day after that and all that.
Yeah.
But
a lot.
It's a good show so far.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
I will say I do enjoy it.
I
feel like if
it took
it
us
was
a few hours to get through.
I feel like if it was visually more appealing, I'd like it more.
It did feel rushed.
I feel like visually it's lackluster.
The best visual experience is in the bar when he first starts listening to shit.
100%.
Like locking
I feel
in.
like the best visual experience is even a visual experience. The best visual experiences are audio experiences.
Yeah, it's like the mixture of the audio and the visual.
And the
it's
visual distortion.
It's a good visual with great audio.
It is.
Like another spoiler, guys.
Yeah.
Not really though.
Just go and watch the first episode.
Yeah, if you guys
if you made it this far into the podcast and didn't watch the first episode, what's wrong with you?
Okay, let me not say that. But we're not gonna stop. We're gonna we're gonna try our hardest to put out everything spoiler free. But
at this point, if you haven't realized that will never actually work out for us,
we like
how
the
many
details,
episodes have you
y'all.
actually watched of us?
We make sure we watch it together and then immediately shoot the episode so we can talk spoilers.
Yeah.
We are not like the Escape Pod.
No.
Shout out to them, who literally don't talk to each other about it until they get on the episode.
We do that.
Yeah,
but we straight up we
make sure
will
it's
have
immediately
spoilers
after.
Yeah.
So we can talk spoilers.
Yeah.
So yeah. And
any review based thing we do,
we'll probably have
expect spoilers.
Expect it.
Even if we say no spoilers, expect spoilers.
Expect them. We're gonna forget we said that.
100%. Well, not even forget. There's just gonna be things that we have to talk about or feel like we have to talk about
to get everything across.
Get across the point across.
The full point. Because the sound design when Bullseye comes in and twists that light bulb is beautiful.
It is.
And one thing I love, because shout out to New Rockstars. Also, everybody knows New Rockstars.
Yeah.
But they,
if you don't know New Rockstars, what nerd rock have you been living under?
either
to
you
not know who they are.
either you're like all their facts are wrong, which I've seen a few things.
I have seen a few things that's iffy, but
Well, not even iffy, but like, remember Death Battle? Apparently Death Battle's hated.
Yeah, I don't quite get that, because it's like,
They're hated because they're biased, and some people say their stats are false. But
there
remember,
are definitely some situations where I'm like, I feel like that's biased, but at the same time, it's like,
yeah, I was gonna say, we've watched a few where we're like, this would go on for longer.
yeah. Like, okay, I feel like that's actually why they get hate, is because they need to, or they're trying to condense their videos down to keep them all approximately the same time at probably around half an hour.
Half an hour to 25 minutes, yeah.
Yeah. And because of that, if characters have way more stats to go through,
It's
and
harder to
way
get
more
everything.
feats, it's harder to have a longer fight that actually satisfies the viewers' watch, and especially
Well, the
which,
viewers watch
okay.
and just knowledge of the characters.
Well, that, but also the thing that bothers me is, I guarantee you, probably at least 60% of everybody who doesn't like Death Battle probably don't actually watch the stats. They probably just fast.
Yeah.
They probably just fast forward to the fight, and they're
I've
like, "Nah,
seen
that's
a
not how that would play
lot
out."
of people,
And it's
who-
like,
who
bitch, watch the fucking stats, and then go and watch the fight, and understand. Be like, okay, I see
Everything
how
that's
it played
going
out
on.
that way.
The biggest one, what was his name? It was Bill Cipher
Yeah.
versus the dude from My Little Pony. I'm forgetting
Yeah.
his name. It's
I don't
like,
remember.
It's like not Kratos or Kronos or something like that.
Is it Kronos? I think it is Kronos.
Something like that. But they are both potentially multi-billion age-old beings.
Yeah.
And their powers are beyond our comprehension.
Uh-huh.
And the way to break down their powers is with with two words. I think one of them was chaos. Bill Cipher's is chaos. The other one is not chaos, but
Weird?
yeah, it's like
The weird or
it's
some
like
shit.
pure weird,
Yeah.
or not exaggeration, but
No,
just
actually, I think it's the other way. I think Bill's the weird.
no.
And
Bill is born in chaos.
Yeah. Bill is born in chaos, whereas the other guy is like the incarnation of chaos or some shit like that.
Yeah, so they're both just beyond comprehension with power scaling and all of that. So if you went through all their actual feats, it'd take forever.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is that you watch the video, it literally comes down to Bill having one power that he doesn't.
And they don't point it out.
No, they
point out
actually,
that Bill has it.
They point
and
out
they
that Bill
don't
has it, and they don't point out that he doesn't.
And that's where you have to.
Yeah.
Is it bias, or are they going off facts that make sense
Yeah.
to what we're watching?
Because that's definitely an issue I have, where it's like,
Because
they,
I mean, even
they
movies
could
and TV
release
shows do it.
45-minute episodes on some of these fights.
I think they have a whole TV show,
They better, but
and that's why we see less.
they could release they could have 20 minutes of talking about pure stats, and then another 20 to 30 or 40 minutes even of just a fight going down between these two characters. In some of the instances, and then there are other instances I'm like, okay, that's just it honestly probably shouldn't have even taken that long.
Yeah, there is one fight that everybody agrees is not true and would never happen. It's Green Lantern versus Ben 10, and we watched it, and it would happen.
They say
it would happen. Everybody says it would not happen because there is one instance where Green Lantern travels in time, and since it's only one time, it doesn't happen. Or it doesn't count. But that goes for literally every character you've ever seen on anything. If you go through Avengers and count all the shit that does not actually happen, that happens, you'd be so hurt.
Yeah.
You'd be so hurt. If you saw Moon Knight, WandaVision, Kraven, Spider-Man, we can go down the list of every single superhero movie, every single cartoon character, all of these people who are from comics, who don't do things that they do all the time in comics. Let's use The Flash. Literally what it's known for is making him stupid.
Nah, the Flash is actually hilarious.
Like
You're
he's the
gonna get me
smartest
on this
man.
rant
He's one
again.
of the smartest men alive, if not the smartest man alive.
Well, okay, no. To be precise, Wally's the smartest man alive. The reason why Wally specifically is and not Barry is because Barry can only retain information from speed reading for I think it's 30 minutes to an hour, whereas Wally West has eidetic memory. So the second he reads something, it doesn't matter if it's speed reading or not. He'll remember it, and it's just locked in his head.
And that's the coping mechanism they use for the Flash.
Nah, but
they don't tell us.
It's hilarious with the Flash because you have two versions of the Flash. You have the one you see most commonly, and my favorite. The one you see most commonly is the idiot, weak, barely can do anything Flash.
Not weak. Idiot irresponsible.
I'm sorry, weak.
Idiot irresponsible.
Any Flash you see that is irresponsible is also weak.
Because he's irresponsible.
Yes, and the Flash is a character with powers that require a lot of focus and discipline. So him being irresponsible makes him weak.
Yeah. But that's why I was like, I mean, if you say just blatantly weak, people are going to be like, what are you talking about? He's strong as fuck.
No, I'm sorry, but he is weak.
There's going to be
if this man can get bitch slapped by Superman, if he can get touched by Superman, they are underselling his power infinitely.
If you're talking about the scene I think you're talking about. If you're talking about the scene I think you're talking about. It makes sense. It makes sense. Because in the scene, we're talking about Justice League. I don't know why I'm acting as if this is a spoiler. This has been out for way longer. Everybody knows this. In the scene, I think it's the extended cut too. Yeah. So it's not in the original. But in the scene,
well, the original has the very first part of it, but not the after.
In the scene, Superman is grabbing everybody, holding them off, and he looks at the Flash, and that throws the Flash off. Yeah. Because he's not expecting that to happen. Yeah. He's not able to move as fast as the Flash until he's thrown off, and that's what makes him trip up.
Sure.
It shouldn't happen.
He shouldn't be able to track the Flash anyway.
No. But that's what I'm saying. That's why he's able to. Because he's able to spot him out. That's all.
See,
and
I feel
from
like
that, it freaks out Barry Allen, which then makes him fall and trip up, slowing him down, because now he's not focused on his main goal anymore.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know.
It's a very big stretch.
I feel like even in the Flash live-action movie, he's weak.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
his own movie, they nerf him so much.
If we're being real, they pull a Spider-Man Homecoming on him.
Yeah.
But worse, because they give context in Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah.
Civil War was months after he had got the powers and never used them before.
Yeah.
Well, no, kind of used them.
Yeah, he's been using them as like a vigilante savior.
Homecoming
of Queens,
is months after Civil War.
Yeah.
So we're still in the same timeline. He doesn't really know his powers.
Well, I think the main story of Homecoming takes place a month after Civil War.
Yeah, but still, we're in the timeline of he doesn't know how to use his powers, really.
Homecoming starts with him getting picked up for Civil War, driving with Happy, getting his new suit. Yeah. The vlog. And then coming out, and then he ends up getting the ride back, and that's when the whole hug scene happens. Yeah. Between him and Tony.
Which is amazing.
Yeah. Also completely improvised.
True. Which is amazing.
The other scene that's completely improvised is the first, technically second scene we have of Peter and Tony together. Because you have Peter walk into the room, which is the first scene, and then you have them in Peter's bedroom, which is the second scene. And Peter's leg is on the bed. Tony's like, move your leg, I'm going to sit there. Yeah.
And I am Iron Man.
But that was actually RDJ telling Tom
to move his foot.
Your leg. That's my spot. I'm supposed to sit there. And they left it in because it worked. Because it works amazingly. The characters.
You know what also worked amazingly? He forgot his lines at the end of Iron Man 1. Yeah, and just said, I am Iron Man.
Yeah. Amazing.
You guys didn't know that was true?
Amazing.
You guys probably did by now. But thank you guys for watching.
Yeah.
This is the Suburban Trap House. My name is Calvin. This is Madden. The Daredevil Born Again. Great show so far.
Yep.
Props to everybody who's been working on it. They did announce season 2. It kind of pissed me off, but we're getting by.
If in the high off chance that anybody at all working on this show watches this, please,
show don't tell.
Please, That, but also, please, do better with your CGI.
Oh, yeah.
Hide it better.
Yes, please do.
Work it in better.
Please do.
You can do better. Call up CW. Be like, yo, help us with this shit. Because we need help with this shit.
Yeah.
And then get them to help you with that shit.
Just screw CW. Call up Warner Bros. Just get their whole editing staff on standby.
No, seriously. Like, you're already partnered with Warner Bros., so might as well.
Let's just do it. Like, come on, guys.
Like, at least for Season 2.
Yeah.
Because Season 1 is probably already completely done. Definitely already completely done.
Season 1 is done. A lot of influencers have seen all 9 episodes of Season 1 already.
And
which pissed me off even more.
Yeah.
Because I was like, the day episode 1 and 2 come out, I see a review talking about all 9 episodes.
Yeah, I wish shows, streaming platforms in general, would
just stop doing that.
Okay, no, because my issue is streaming platforms need to make up their mind. Do they want weekly episode releases? Do they want the entire thing coming out at once?
Never.
Or do they want it split up in halves?
I think
or quarters.
The best is quarters put out weekly.
I will agree with that.
Finish the show in its entirety,
Mm-hmm.
put it out in series of quarters.
Yeah.
Till the show is finished, and put out each episode week by week. We now have the perfect amount of time to process what just happened,
Mm-hmm.
and the perfect amount of time to understand everything.
Yeah, like
and it gives more time for spoilers not to be told.
I feel like streaming platforms either they need to get out the entire season more consistently and
Invincible.
I mean, Invincible, Four Nights of the Apocalypse, Beyblade,
Name them.
like and any TV series. Like the biggest exception, sadly, is Marvel and Star Wars shows. Because
and right now the biggest exception everybody's okay with is Spider-Verse because of what it is. Spider-Verse got pushed back to 27.
Damn. But yeah, I mean, everyone's okay with that because it's Spider-Verse. They want it to be the best it can be, and that's a little
they're going
different.
through a lot of legal trouble with Spider-Man right now.
Are they?
I don't know. I feel like that could be what it is. I don't think they're doing a lot. They're doing a lot of rewriting, yes. I don't think it's.
I think it's rewriting and reanimation.
Well, yeah, because I mean simultaneously. If
you
rewrite it, you got to reanimate it. But I don't think it's as much as we think. I think it's a lot. It could be potentially more of a legal battle than we think.
Interesting.
For certain things, because they're saying a lot of it could be controversial writing. That could turn into a legal battle with writers. So I'm thinking the reason it's taking so long is a legal battle.
I could see more of a legal battle between Sony and Marvel over, like, writers.
Over licensing and all that?
Yeah, like, I see more of a legal battle of Marvel being like, we want Spider-Man back. You've had him for too long. And Sony's like...
You've had him for too long and destroyed his name.
Yeah. And then Sony's like, not completely. We have the Spider-Verse.
We have a few more characters we want to do some stuff with.
So we're going to hold on to him for a bit longer.
We think about it, they held Spider-Man for so long because they wanted to put out Morbius, Kraven, and more villains.
Venom.
Which
I will say.
Spider, what's the one? Madam Web.
Madam Web, yeah.
Called Madam
Although,
Spider.
oddly enough, Madam Web is the only new, let me specify that, new Spider-Man thing to come out and be on Disney+.
It was on Disney+?
It is currently on Disney+. I'm pretty sure it got released on Disney+.
Nah, it was in theaters. It was never on Disney+ when it first released. Which is weird.
I could have sworn.
Why? Well, I think Kraven's on Disney+ too. Never mind. I thought it was. I saw it. I think it's on Hulu now.
It might be on Hulu. Therefore, making it on Disney+. But
yeah. But yeah, there's a bunch of stuff going on, guys. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching.
Yep.
My name's Calvin.
I'm Madden.
This is Madden. Where's Suburban Trap House? Go to W.
No, Craven isn't on here.
Oh, shit. Go to
Gravity
Debbie.
Falls popped up when I searched it up, though.
Go to
Yep.
Debbie. Get you guys some beautiful energy drinks. They do have some non-caffeinated hydration drinks. So go do that. If you guys do use all caps Trap House 25, you get 10% off.
Yep.
And we will catch you guys.
Madam Web.
Madam Web, yeah. We will catch you guys in
The next episode.
The next episode, which will
Tomorrow for
probably
us.
be it'll be tomorrow for us, and probably tomorrow for you guys. Who knows how I scheduled all this stuff? But
Am I wrong?
yeah, here's another almost hour-long episode because of how much we talk.
Yep.
Love you.
Also, real quick before we end it, I am wrong. Madam Web is not on Disney Plus.
Makes sense.
It does.
I think Morbius was for a little bit though.
Yeah, actually, I think it was too because I think I watched it on Disney Plus. Anyway, later.
Yeah, Sony needs to stop making